You got to believe in your attitude that you control everything. Someone's got to be number one. Why not me? $1992, and I'm selling insurance, life and health insurance to be exact. And let me tell you something. You want to learn how not to win friends and influence people, sell life insurance. What's your plan this month, Nathan? I said, I got it, boss. I'm going to change my title to financial planner. He didn't seem near as amazed as I was. And he says, when you do that in 30 days, maybe 60 if you're lucky, you'll be looking for a new job. You're a salesperson. You get paid to sell things. I learned that knowledge isn't power. It's what you do with the knowledge. A battery can't do anything if it's still in the package. Most of us know what to do, we just don't do it. Practice. Yeah, athletes practice. You know, athletes practice 90% of the time and play the game 10% of the time. You know, in business, we practice less than 1% of the time. Selling requires passion. More people will buy from you because you're passionate than because you're right. I'm telling you right now, if you don't love going to work, I'm going to tell you something your boss won't tell you. Quit! Life's too short to do something you don't like. To create a world of sales professionals, we must understand that we have to have a culture to do so. That's what we are, energy. It's not something we should have. I'm telling you right now, it's something you have to have. Down economy should not ever affect us. Let me tell you something. It is not. The economy can be your greatest excuse or your greatest motivator. But our business, unless you have 60% market share, down economy has nothing to do with our business. But I had a business partner once. He says, Nathan, I don't understand, man. I'm not like you. I'm not trying to conquer the world. I just want to make a living. I said, then you need to go work with someone else because in my culture, this isn't going to work. We make every decision emotionally. So why do we ask questions logically? What is the perception you have in the marketplace? And the reason why is for every bad, there's a good. And this is the process of purely brainstorming of why you should actually ask your questions. Here's a good rule of thumb. If you don't know why you're asking the question, and you don't know what you're going to do with the answer, you shouldn't ask the question. Price is only an obstacle when it's the only benefit. You really need to learn how to buy on price. Price is an obstacle. It's just a fact, but it's not an obstacle. I want to ask my questions in a certain order. And I also want to show that I'm prepared and that I care. You asking the questions to understand them is more important than a budget question. Remember this, you only have to sell one thing. Everyone sells your product. I can get a hotel room at 5 different hotels that are just as nice, right? I can have an event that is just as good as another hotel. I can buy nuts and bolts and washers from anybody else. I bet I can get casting from 5 different companies and do the same thing, and they all use the same steel. So why do we always ask operational questions about selling a product they can buy from anywhere else? We don't ask questions to show how we're great. We ask questions to understand them. It works every time. Do you do it every time? No. I used to do that. It worked awesome. Do you do it anymore? No. Worked way too good. You want to grow in your career? You want to be successful? Sell your ego. It's expensive. If my top person doesn't want to practice, what do the other people think? I don't need to practice. You know why Peyton Manning is one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the NFL? He's the first one there, and you're a new rookie on his team. Guess what you got to do? You got to show up to his practices. But it is a career-limiting concept. Because when you are uncoachable, people stop coaching you. And the only way to keep it going is to be passionate about what we do. I've never been passionate about phones or insurance or pagers or home theaters or, God forbid, Encyclopedia Britannica. I was passionate about the fight. My wife asked me, when's it enough? Never.